I think that the energy we bring to things permeates and makes our lives what it is. And I used to not really believe this, but the more I've owned a design program, the more I feel like I am leading and trying to teach people about what they can really accomplish. It is not surprising to me that so many people will bring a certain energy with them. It's kind of like low, or it's slow, or it's like, that shows up in their design work. Whereas I'll get someone who comes with all the energy and super excited and ready to go, and they just go for it. And their artwork shows that. Thoughtfulness, like I'll see someone who's very thoughtful and methodical, and their artwork shows that. So I think the energy we bring to the table is actually really important. I heard this once and I love it, which is bring the weather with you. And that means if you walk into a room, instead of gauging what everybody else is like, which is what I used to do, I used to kind of gauge everybody else's energy and try to match, which is not a horrible thing. But I found that if I would come and bring the sunshine with me and just be excited to see everyone, give them hugs, be thrilled to be with them, that energy followed me. And people would get so excited, and they would be having fun. And they would feel that kind of sunshine and that warmth. And I generally am, I think of myself anyway, as a pretty warm person. I'm kind of like, my heart is on my sleeve. Like, people know what I'm feeling when I'm feeling it. I'm not someone to hide things. I think I really believe like what you see is what you get with me. And so it became really easy to be like, I'm going into this party or this situation or this team meeting being the energy in the room. Now, am I always good about it? No, not always. But I really do try to bring that weather with me, which I think is really important. The reason I am bringing this up is because I have been thinking a lot about the way we go about interacting with other people really tells them how to treat us. And I want everyone to treat you, if you're listening to this, well. And one of the things I was thinking about with my husband in particular, we have a really good marriage. It's a regular marriage, like any marriage. There are ups and downs and all of that. But one of the things that I realize that I do in our marriage is I always ask for support, not permission. And what I see, I have another friend who's a designer, and I saw that she always asked her husband for permission, and she always got a lot of no's about things that she was doing. And it always surprised me because I thought she was a phenomenal designer. I thought she was a better designer than me. I think she is. And she does not have a big career or a big, a huge profitable business in her design business the way I did, or even currently do. And it's a lot because she gets a lot of no's. Whereas I have a really good idea of what I need. And I think you do too, right? If you're listening to this, I have a feeling you know what you need in your life. You know you need to learn this. You know you need to open up time. You know you need help doing X, Y, and Z. Like, you know what you need, right? But very often we don't ask for the support in those things. We ask for permission in those things. And I think we have it all wrong. When we ask for permission, we basically give authority to somebody else. We allow them to choose the way they want to do our lives when it's your life. If you know what you need, and you guys know I'm not saying not extravagant, crazy things, okay? Like, I think that there are decisions you have to make as a couple. But like, if my husband comes to me, I hope he's asking for support for something he feels is very, very important to him. If it's something he just is kind of like, maybe this would be fun to do, we have a discussion about it, right? But when I want to do something, I remember when I started Minilou, which is our physical products company, which we still have, but we don't do physical products with it anymore. I went to him and I didn't ask for permission to start it. I said, this is the thing I need to do. I have a feeling that this is a great market and I want to try this. And he said, okay. right? But it's because I went to him not asking if it was okay for me to do it. And it's just it's a few change of words, you guys. It was more, I went to him going, this is this thing I need to do. And I think now that I know that about myself, I find myself asking more often, using the language of, can you support me in this versus can I do this? And if you're someone who has struggled with that, especially as you're trying to build, we have not just designers here, we have people who are in all kinds of creative businesses, which I love so much. But if you are really putting it out there, trying to build some kind of creative business, you need to go into whatever you're doing, not asking permission, but asking support. Are there, different things that do not work with this? Yes, there is. So if you post in the comments on YouTube that you want to do X, Y, and Z, how can you ask for support for this? Are there going to be exceptions? Yes, there are. But I just think generally in our lives, and if I'm speaking to you, that sometimes we don't take charge of our lives. And you know it if it's you, that we haven't gone, this is the way I want to live my life. And you guys, I've been thinking more and more about this, especially as my 2 daughters are leaving the house in a couple of years. We only have a couple more years. I still have one littler one who's still with us for a while. But as my kids are getting old enough and might be leaving my house and might be going off into this big world on their own, I am constantly reminded at how short life is. Guys, do what you want to do with your life. Live your life the way you want. I constantly run into this, and maybe you do too, but time is a finite resource, you guys. Money is not. So I'm not saying go into massive amounts of debt or anything like that. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm saying that time is finite. Figure out ways to do your life the way you want to do your life. If you want to be an ultimate creative crafter, freaking do that. If you want to be designing fabric, find a way to do that. Okay? And if it's not the way you conceived it being, like you can't get a fabric manufacturer contract, then find another way to do the thing that you want to do. Because so many times I see people reaching for things and they don't even know really why they want it, or they want it and it's just to fulfill a specific need when they could have that need fulfilled in other ways. So really digging deep into why you want the thing you do, and then figure out the way to get it. And it might not be the way you think it is. And this is one of those things that's really fascinating to me, because people need questioning and self-awareness to make shifts in the way they think about things. But I'm going to tell you, if the only shift you get today is this, and that is time is finite, you guys. Time is finite. And money and furniture and houses, all these things, they're not. They come and they go. How many of you still have the couch that you sat on when you were 2 years old? Like none of us. I mean, maybe some of you, but like, wow, none of us. I don't even remember what the couch was that I sat on when I was 2 years old. Like, these things come and go. The way we live our life matters. Our day in and out, and the way we love our life and the things that we're doing. If I didn't want to be doing a podcast or a YouTube episode right now, I would not be doing it. I'm doing it because first of all, I love you guys. I love the comments you leave me. I love that you're getting something from it. Those of you who are Design Suite members, I love that you're listening to it and that I'm able to help you. I love that. And so I'm going to live my life that way because I love helping people. You need to live your life in the best way that's going to help you. And I can't exhort you enough to go after your big dreams. One life, you guys. Go after them. So stop asking for permission and just ask for support to go after the things that you really, really want to do. All right, guys. A little preachy today, but mostly just because I love you so much and some of you needed to hear that. Not all of you. Some of you are amazing at asking for support. Maybe you just need to ask for a little more support. I feel like that's what I'm doing all the time. My husband actually left on a 3-day camping trip with some guys, and he came to me and he was like, should I do this? And I was like, yes. Why wouldn't you do it? Well, Charlie's got swim and the girls have this. And I was like, I will take care of it. Go on the camping trip. Because so many times I have to leave town for work or for other things. And I'm like, go take your opportunity. He was like, okay. I think when we treat other people like this is the thing you really want to do and it would be fun for you and give you a great experience, go for it. And we're constantly doing that. I think there is a ton of power in that. So give it to other people and then also get it for yourself. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you are on the YouTube channel, will you please subscribe? We are trying to hit bigger numbers on YouTube so more people can see this. They can bring their unique creativity to the table. And some of you really need to hear some of the mindset things and shifts in thought that I try to talk about here with you. Second of all, if you're on the podcast, will you please leave a review? It is seriously life-giving to the podcast. It means that I will continue doing the podcast because it helps get the word out and let people know about what we're talking about, how to be creative, how to be a great designer, and hey, why not make a little bit of money doing it as well? All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.